You know, a funny thing happened to me the other day. Unfortunately, that thing had nothing to do with this thing, so you shan't hear a peep more about it. Hey guys, name's Fen, playing some Thief 2 fan mission The Den, part 4 in the Larcene series. I know I need to start stopping saying so exaggeratedly when I talk French, but it's just fun to say. Perfectly well aware that they talk more like, you know, I'm French. I'm not saying my R's very exaggeratedly because it's a little bit inconvenient to say so, but this house is noisy, in case you haven't realized. And I'm not talking about the in-game house, but rather the house of cards that is our educational system. Okay, I'll stop making fun of school, even if it is a reference to having a crib for some reason because you fancied the way it looked aesthetically. No, even if it is a reference to Invader Zim, because seriously, there's some light coming from there. I find that to be mighty suspicious. There's clearly something secret. Yeah, I can see it through the floor. That's funny, as I don't actually remember this. Are you serious? I don't actually remember this particular secret. So that's why I'm confused and saying nonsense. That's why I'm always saying nonsense. I'm confused. I take these confusion pills and they turn my head green and cause me to talk on the internet. It's my secret. Don't tell anyone because then they'll all start doing it and my choke stranglehold on the Let's Play market will evaporate. Ah, there's a button there. I love pushing buttons. Wow, is this the first time I've ever entered the secret? Well, I guess it's a little bit useful. It's not exactly bombastically amazing, but there's an evil undead candle, so I guess we can't complain too much. Really though, maps that start you out on the notes page, stop that! I mean, Lucky New Dark saves the pages like this, I think, but Old Dark didn't, so this would have been really annoying. Well, I just kind of came out of the meeting room, so I'm somewhere around here. The thing about knocking guys out too, especially in a mansion context, is that it helps to mark where you've been and where you haven't. So it's not even just like making things easier on the difficulty tip thing, but it's actually a helpful reminder of when to do your dishes. Why am I so cynical? Oh, one day I will learn. Until then, this song we will utter. I mean, did I go into these bathroom-looking doors or didn't I? I mean, nobody can even tell me. I mean, they haven't invented automatic robotic machines that can tell the future, that can replace the guys on TV who used to do that. This water is flowing outward into a pipe. It's metal stuck onto wood. I'm sure there's going to be corrosion problems with that. I don't know why, but I think I heard something about putting two different metals together in a water cooling loop. That clearly applies to wood and metal. Where the hell is my degree? Uh-huh. Well, I guess I do actually get given quite a fair number of equipment, except for water arrows. But that's okay. Waters, they're the cheesy thing. Billy, damn how restless I feel in here. Keeps laughing at me and my fears, but he has not seen what I have seen, nor heard what I have heard. I can see my comrades are as anxious as I am, but they keep silent. We don't speak about our fears in here. It is some sort of untold rule. When I find the nerve to speak of them, I end up booed and chased away like an old dog. But I have seen it. I have seen one of those horrible statues blink its eye at me. Weird enough, Stephen was there with me, but he did not flinch. Was he pretending not to have seen it? Am I the only one? Or am I going crazy? Oh my God, I am so scared. After dealing with the Corrigans, is this nightmare going on in the form of a haunted fortress? And those noises, as if the walls spoke to me. And what these walls say? They tell me bits of a strange story, the story of a huge fixed consciousness whose only dream is to live, breathe, feel, and move. I'm afraid I don't understand much of it, but I can feel something horrible coming along. I need to know if it is only me and my madness, or something else that keeps me awake all night long. I have to know what has me swinging on the edge of this horrible void, and I am quite sure I am not the only one to see and hear what hides in the stones of this building. And that heart beating sometimes in my ears, is it mine or the house's? May the builder, if he really exists, give me the strength to resist until the end. Your friend Viney. Too bad he doesn't contain a vine arrow in his room. Oh! Territory marking. AIs are well and truly blind. It's really kind of disappointing. Although sometimes I have a big fear of sensitivity. Well, it looks like the ghost stories are true.
What is this?
Alright, so I guess I've been in here. I don't think I have the armory key. No, if I did, I would go back. But I guess these are the statues that are blinking. There's something suspicious going on with those guys. It's a little bit of a spoiler, but... well, if you know your thief, you can probably tell right off the bat. So, yeah. Do not disturb. It's the generator room. You cannot disturb because the door is unfrobbable. Frobbing, of course, meaning to use, I guess. So, normally I guess I would leave this till later. But since I'm up here, I accidentally made it look like I was cunningly escaping a guy walking around with. That's pretty great. Yeah. I guess I'll do this at least partially right now because why not? These guys, though, I guess I'll try to leave them as it seems to, you know, be intended. Like maybe you could do that and all be all covert and stuff. Anyway, this is Berenice, another one of those completely
Okay, I'm coming.
unnecessarily skinny-waisted people. No! Bad dog! I wish you could catch these guys on the way down like you can in the Dark Mod, because otherwise you just have to wait for them to finish their animation, which seems to take forever. Because they have to stop wiggling. Berenice! Wow, she's very important. Okay. and then you have to pick them up, and it's just one of them quirky quirks. Oh, hey. Okay, well... That's fine then. These guys, not at all amusing to my face. So I'm not going to do them even the courtesy of making a joke about them, such as that guy has a dumb hat. Ha ha ha! Do you not get my punchline? Well, good, because that was a trick question, because if you said you did, I would kill you for pretending that there was one. I'm just a little unhinged like that. And yes, they're playing poker in the generator room. You can see by these blatant windows here that they neglected to board up to hide their illicit activities. But I guess they're thieves. So gambling wouldn't be illicit at all, really. But it would be a little bit unwise. Because gambling kind of is a little bit unwise, I guess. Unless you've got, like, a whole bunch of spare money that you really literally don't care about. And you actually find it to be, like, completely thrilling. Which is the implication, I guess. But I don't know about that, man. I don't know why I'm talking about some social commentary in a video game, but that's just what I do sometimes, because when you're being random, well, anything could happen. Look at that. Just so freaking disgustingly skinny. I am prejudiced against skinny people. It's totally way better than being prejudiced against other kinds of people. I remember this, actually. I remember thinking, like, wait a minute, how do I get around here? But it's probably that I am supposed to go around the other side. Yeah. Well, again, it's kind of an unnecessarily large number of guards, but I guess it does sort of fit because there's a large number of thieves, and also our Lausanne there would be kind of paranoid, I suppose. So it makes a kind of math. Making math is what androids do when they wish to reproduce. Or if they're just bored on a rainy Sunday. That's the time people do things, right? You know what? I don't know if there's a way to the laboratory there without going through here, because there's no way into the forbidden area other than there. Unless it's from the second floor or something. Weird. Well, I think I'll just leave old betrayer niece over here in a slightly neutral area and come back to her later. I guess that would close up that passage there again. Yes, indeed. Well, I suppose the time has come for me to ascend the stairs to hell. Oh man, what a journey. And we are greeted with the portrait of some kind of young lady who may be related to someone or other. I can't really remember who she's supposed to be, but I do remember there's some kind of crazy secret on the stairway somewhere. It's actually kind of awesome, if I recall correctly, which I may not because I'm an old man. Reminder to all men, many prisoners have arrived these last few days, one of whom is the same note as always. Yeah, I don't know. I mean, I'd say that's somebody's daughter, maybe. Maybe she's like an old person what used to reside here. I don't mean old person, I mean person who used to reside here in days of old. It's the days that are geriatric, not the people. I shouldn't even be here. I should be at a game or something. Really? Really? Whatever, I think this is Buik's chambers, but I can't get in there either. Let's see here. Yeah, Buik's quarters. Well, or maybe even just quarter without an S. Are you really serious? Wow, that's some gameplay.
What's that sound?
This is how I get when I'm not allowed to kill. Is this the standard female model with the squeeze-head waist? Because, that's funny, I don't remember them being so squeeze-head. But, maybe they were. Bizarre. Now I know where Thief Deadly Shadows gets it from. Now it's funny, because I remember the second floor being big. Oh, well, do I wish to go into the triangle-shaped room, the hexagonal-shaped room, or the slight attempt at a circle hallway that leads to a big gate that really doesn't make much sense, given this is the second floor? Oh, it's the parade of endless AIs. You know, to say something I've never said before, even though I should have, I've always found it neat, these thief models here. That guy's green for no reason. How they have that little hood that partially shadows their face. I mean, for thief standards, you know, when you compare to the first game and how dolphin-footed everyone was, that's kind of a neat graphical development, I suppose. I mean, like I say, it's not at all new, but I've never mentioned it before, and when I'm playing the same game over and over, I have to find new things to mention, or else I'm going to get my privileges revoked. Sometimes that's valuable. I don't know what the deal with that. Smashing a mirror. Maybe somebody here is superstitious? 3,500 loot. What? Fortunately, there's a lot more to the mission yet, so don't anybody be worrying that there is not a lot more, because that would be incorrect, and you would be evicted from the Vulcan Council. Oh yes, chamber pots brown, flower pots blue. It's quite disgusting, but so it goes with the old days. I thought this guy was someone I was looking for. It's possible he isn't? Oh, no, that's not the chamber pot I'm looking for. And thank goodness, too. Elsewise, it would be quite a dirty job indeed, and some rock band would have to do it. Develcourt Scroll. Day 3. I must write down with what I am living with through to avoid sinking in melancholy with. I can't stand it any more. I'm on the edge. I'm overwhelmed. I, a de Velcourt de Bois Boyer de Pen Gilly de Villil Davy third of name, doing my bodily needs in a pot. An ordinary wooden bowl. Oh, Builder Almighty, what am I doing in this miserable place? I hate that Larsain and his henchmen with all my soul, those who have abducted me from my sweet existence. Even food is loathsome in this goddamned place, and everything is dirty. My bed is just a straw mattress that tortures me back every night, and I hear strangers' noises in the walls. I dare not imagine what is making those noises, oh, hobbitses, oh, those bloody thieves. They only let us go to the bathroom once a week. Once I desperately tried to reach the toilet, and one of those fellows caught me and literally cut a piece of my ear. Oh, I never want to go back home, not. They captured me in my own room, in my mansion, during the night, and now they demand a ransom from my relatives. The problem is that I do not have any relatives. Do they know it? Fortunately, shortly after my capture, I managed to hide a few rings I was carrying. I swallowed them when I had the chance, and then I recovered them from my feces. Oh, I know it is not very elegant, but to hell with dignity when your goods are in danger. I have just found a secret hiding place. In fact, I'm sure this house is full of them. I have placed my rings in the hiding place where those dirty men will not be able to find them. There's also a little hole in one of the cracks in the wall, from where I can see and hear what goes on in the opposite corridor. Ah, if I could overhear a conversation about a way out of here. I hate Larsain. Today, from my secret hiding place, I have heard two thieves speaking. They spoke about their master. I think I understood that he is only in the fortress in the evenings, and his accomplices were wondering about his strange absence the rest of the time. I don't care whether he is there or not, but one of them laughed and said that the boss had quit rum to drink invisibility potions. I do not understand that very well, but I was not the only one, because his companion asked him to explain further. Well, he went on, every evening he goes up to his apartment, and when we enter it 2 minutes later, he's no longer there, though nobody has seen him go out. And his friend replied, "You idiot, he is in his secret office." "A secret office? What for?" If he has a secret office, it is to avoid being continuously upset by people like you. Then they turned around and went on with their watch. I wanted to hear more, but I am patient. I will eventually overhear some critical information. I will wait. But for how long? It's funny because that's almost like a replacement for actually having that conversation in the game. It's funny because some people would have actually done such. Where is the hole? Is it in this room? A crack in the wall? Well, I guess I'm not supposed to bother with it, maybe. Anyway, there's something you have to retrieve from a chamber pot, but I don't know why it's not in this room. Because that... Develcourt, is that guy marked on the map or anything? Well, no, because he's a hostage. Hostage's bedroom, so there's only 2. So I must have to retrieve... Wait a minute now, I remember having... Hang on. Well, maybe I'm just crazy. I think this door is a no-go right now, so... Oh, well. And I also think people are gambling in here. It's just like if you're thieves... I mean, if you're just gonna gamble your money, so you're gonna end up with no money, then why even be a thief? Why not just be a regular person with no money? Because it's gonna end up the same! Man, it's an electric Edison-style light bulb. How the hell am I supposed to grab those coins by that guy if I were a ghost? I think that's straight up impossible.
Look over there. Do you see something?
Well, maybe Supreme. Okay, maybe not regular
Seems
ghost.
quiet.
Yeah, maybe I could step out that window? I don't even have a sword yet still. Touchy motherfuckers. More darkness here than it looks like.
Will you quit making noise?
Oh, you can stay in darkness all along the wall? Well, okay. Not obvious. Hang on.
Forbidden area. Larsen has ordered this sector to be closed. Entry by anyone is forbidden. Any who disobey will answer to me and my blade. Laburique.
Who is overly faithful despite what his master does in the way of calamities. Okay, I guess it makes sense that opens onto a balcony. So this is what I'm supposed to do, I reckon, then. Carry Berenice all the way up and out here. Or I could just tempt those guards with Cheaty McCheaters tactics down there and do it that way. Let me just see how safe I am. Yeah, it's definitely to make me go as far as possible carrying a body. Controversially, I think I'll close these back again so I'm not heard. Except this window, so sod that.
Doc, I'm entrusting you with a spare key to my room. Hide it well. I trust you are the only other soul in this place who would take proper care of it. If you need to go to Larsen's apartments, I have his spare key, but don't forget to reset the beast before you leave. My duties require my absence, and I trust that you will do all that is in your power to make sure my and Larsen's quarters remain secure. Also, no one is to disturb the boss. This is of paramount importance, especially at this time. I count upon your vigilance, Laburique.
The guy is called the Burrick. That's quite an insulting name, but I guess it is a mobster-like name, because they all had insulting names. Yeah, they're all like Mama's Boy Jackson and, you know, Stinky Breath Italiano. If they didn't mind, neither shall I. Hey, it's like a semi-new model for a guy with a really awkward-looking beard. Kinda. It's great. Well, doctors are well known for writing down many things throughout their doctoring career. Go away. Careers. That's not an invis potion, so I don't get to go into a secret office, but at least I can heal myself now, finally. Oh, hey, I could always do that. Yeah. Doc's diary. Today we arrived in the fortress. By the Creator, what a mess! This building is a ruin. Water oozes from everywhere, and rats have invaded the place. Sam has injured himself by lifting a beam. I relieved him from his pain using a concoction of mine, an herbal tea associated with cornflower oil. This potion proves to be very useful for healing blow injuries and... Hey... Let's note that this potion is difficult to keep and must be used within 5 days. There was a mild earthquake today. Seismic tremors must be common in this region. A section of the house foundations has crumbled on the north side. I don't know if Larsen also intends to repair that. Is this guy Russian or Italian? Each man had begun to work to set these ruins back on its feet, that is the fortress. We now have electricity, and rooms that are almost fit to live in. We had the floors furnished with our spoils. Some rats still remain. Berenice has again stolen some arsenic powder from me. Damn it. Will this girl ever cool down? She is determined to do scientific research. Let me laugh. Yet half of the men who come to her now complain of various aches. Some even came to consult me with burns. Lassane ordered that she have her own laboratory installed. And me, nothing. I fulminate against this injustice. That's the best line. I adapt to my new environment. This fortress fascinates me more and more. I wonder when it was built. It seems very ancient. Viney complains of hallucinations. I tried millepertuis tea, but it did not appease his visions. I shall try a fish liver oil ointment on his temples. I came upon old notarized acts and other documents forgotten for a long time. Very interesting. The fortress had been built over the ancient ruins of a palace destroyed by a tremendous earthquake. I learned that long ago it was used as a garrison during the Ashes War. Then it was sold to nobles from the vicinity, and next to Hammerites, and later to numerous others. So a surprisingly long procession of owners followed one another within these walls. Viney came back to consult me. He says Sivelle liver oil has no effect on him. He still suffers from his visions, always linked up to these awful statues exposed in the corridors. He also hears voices. I'm anxious, all the more so since young Linus also seems to suffer from these disorders. I must confess I am helpless facing this phenomenon. Could it be coming from some toxic fumes emanating from the walls or paneling? I don't think people knew about VOCs back then. Lassane has blocked up part of the house. It's the part mentioned in the old documents. A pity. Even if this smashed walls place gives me gooseflesh, I am sure there are still interesting things to read in the small library there. Smashed walls place. Buddy came to see me for his key. It is true that he and Lassane are off and out with Ely Billy. Why do they need such ridiculous nicknames? And a few others. Where on earth can they go? They never let me into their secrets. I kept on reading the documents found in the place blocked up by Lassane. It is quite frightening. If I can read between the lines correctly, long after the great earthquake, all the various owners or people of their family circle met with untimely deaths. That explains the hasty and numerous successive sales of the house. Victor came to consult me, bleeding. He'd fought with his friend, a so-called Luigi. Hop! A bit of cornflower oil. Nothing is better. I read again the documents from the forbidden area. A name always crops up. Berthold, a collector, famous in his time. One of the first buyers of the house after the Ashes War. I remember I saw him in the small portrait room. A plump man with a severe expression. Okay, I'm done. See you guys later. Thanks for watching, and bye for now.